Welcome to MogulCast, where we uncover the stories behind the world's greatest business empires. Let's get into today's story.
June 5th, 1997, Tartar. Amazon's EPO raises $54 million total. The stock opens at $18. By the end of the day, it's worth $235 million. But the real story isn't the money. It's the man who risked everything to get here. Just 3 years earlier, Jeff Bezos was a senior vice president at a Wall Street hedge fund, making over $1 billion a year. Then he quit. This is the full story. And it is more audacious than you think. 1094. The internet is growing 2,300% a year. Jeff Bezos, a 30-year-old Princeton graduate, is working at D.E. Shaw, a hedge fund that uses algorithms to find market inefficiencies. One day, he stumbles on a statistic. Online book sales are virtually non-existent, but the market is worth over $25 billion. He sees an opportunity. But there's a problem. He has no experience in retail, no supply chain, and no customers. And quitting his job means walking away from a 7-figure salary. Bezos makes a list of 20 products he could sell online. Books, win.wine. Why? They're easy to ship. There are millions of titles, and no physical store can stock them all. He flies to Los Angeles to meet book distributors, but they refuse to work with him. Undeterred, he drives to Seattle, close to a major book warehouse and a tech talent pool. On July 5, 1994, he incorporates Amazon.com. We will come back to one specific decision. It is the key to everything. 1995. Amazon launches. In its first 30 days, it sells books in all 50 states and 45 countries. By the end of the year, it's making $20,000 a week. But Bezos isn't celebrating. He's reinvesting every dollar. He tells investors, "We're not trying to make a profit. We're trying to build a brand." Competitors laugh. Barnes & Noble, the largest bookstore chain in the world, calls Amazon a passing fad. They won't be laughing for long. 1997. Amazon goes public. The stock price soars. But not everyone is happy. Bookstores accuse Amazon of undercutting prices. Publishers threaten to cut them off. Bezos doesn't care. He's playing the long game. He introduces customer reviews, even negative ones. Critics call it suicide, but it works. Customers trust Amazon more. Sales explode. By 1998, Amazon is selling CDs, DVDs, and electronics. But not everyone was celebrating. Here's what the media completely got wrong about Amazon. They called it an online bookstore. But Bezos always saw it as a technology company. He built a platform, not just for books, but for anything. He invested in warehouses, logistics, and data. He knew that if Amazon could control the entire supply chain, it could crush competitors. And that's exactly what happened. By 2000, Amazon's revenue hits $2.76 billion. But the real strategy was still hidden. 2005. Amazon launches Prime. 2-day shipping for $79 a year. Analysts call it a money-losing gimmick. But Bezos knows something they don't. Prime isn't about shipping. It's about loyalty. Once customers pay for Prime, they buy everything from Amazon. By 2015, Prime members spend over $1,500 a year, twice as much as non-Prime customers. And Amazon isn't just selling products anymore. It's selling data, cloud computing, and even groceries. 2013. Amazon's stock price hits $400. Bezos is now the 12th richest person in the world. But behind the scenes, something is wrong. Warehouse workers are striking over low pay and brutal conditions. The media calls Amazon a sweatshop. Bezos responds by raising the minimum wage to $15 an hour. But the damage is done. The public is starting to see Amazon not as a hero, but as a monopoly. And the government is watching. 2017. Amazon buys Whole Foods for $13.70 billion. The move shocks Wall Street. But Bezos isn't just buying a grocery chain. He's buying data. Whole Foods' 460 stores become Amazon's physical footprint. Customers can now order online and pick up in-store. Competitors scramble. Walmart, Target, and even Google try to keep up. But it's too late. Amazon is now in every part of our lives. And the government is taking notice. 2021. The Federal Trade Commission sues Amazon for antitrust violations. The case drags on for years. But Bezos isn't worried. He steps down as CEO, handing the reins to Andy Jassy. He's now free to focus on his other ventures: Blue Origin, The Washington Post, and space travel. But the lawsuit is a warning. Amazon's dominance isn't guaranteed. And if you've made it this far, you already understand something most analysts completely missed. 2023. Amazon's market cap hits $1.50 trillion. It's the second most valuable company in the world. But the real legacy isn't the money, it's the change. Amazon didn't just sell books. It changed how we shop, how we read, and how we live. Small businesses struggle to compete. Bookstores vanish. And consumers? They love the convenience. But at what cost? 2024. Amazon employs over 1.5 million people worldwide. It delivers over 10 billion packages a year. And it controls over 38% of all online retail in the US. But the most surprising legacy: Amazon Web Services. The cloud computing division makes up only 17% of Amazon's revenue, but 65% of its profit. Without AWS, Amazon might not have survived its early losses. And without Amazon, the internet as we know it wouldn't exist. Remember that decision we mentioned at the start? Choosing books over any other product wasn't just smart, it was genius. Books were the perfect Trojan horse. They got customers in the door, built trust, and gave Amazon the data it needed to expand. Without books, there is no Prime, no AWS, no $2 trillion empire, and no Jeff Bezos as the richest man in the world. By the numbers, Amazon's first sale was a book in 1995. Today, it sells over 12 million products. It has over 300 million active customers, and it's worth more than Walmart, Target, and eBay combined. But the most staggering number? Jeff Bezos' net worth, over $200 billion dead war. And it all started with a single decision on a road trip to Seattle. The lesson? Most people think Amazon succeeded because of technology. But the real secret was psychology. Bezos didn't just sell products. He sold convenience, trust, and speed. He made shopping effortless. And once customers were hooked, he expanded into everything else. The next time you order something online, ask yourself, is this a choice or an addiction? If you want to understand how this pattern repeats across every major business empire, the next video covers a story with disturbing parallels. A company that started with a simple idea, grew too fast, and faced a reckoning. That one is next.
That's the story for today on MogulCast. If you found this valuable, subscribe and hit the bell. A new empire story drops every single weekday. See you tomorrow.